I'm sure you've seen many viral recipe videos that claim to have high in protein, low calories, low fat, low carb, and somehow taste really amazing, like mind blowing, eye rolling amazing. Have you ever wondered if you took a crack at one of these recipes that your end result may not have the same macro claims or even taste half as good at all? I've had many of these doubts as well. So today I will take 3 cracks. I will try 3 different recipes and we will see if they match up to the claims. These recipes would have been remade, reposted, went viral via influencers who claim to be nutrition coaches and personal trainers. And of course, I would have been able to buy all of the ingredients within my neighborhood. What I will do is I will try to follow the recipe as closely stated as possible without making major changes. And it will be judged based on 4 things: flavor and texture, portion size and macro. Will the portion size be too big or too small? Or the macros, is it even any accurate at all? Batch test, which means I will put them in the fridge and the freezer and see if they can withstand being cold and reheated. And lastly, how much time I spent on the recipe itself. First up, we have smashed kebab, but instead of that, I will call it a tortilla because of the taco seasoning replacement. Also, instead of adding it as a dusting, I folded it into the meat. I used a big tortilla because in the video he was able to fit 2 hands on the dough, but I was not able to fit even 1 hand on a mini pita which he asked for in the recipe, so I went ahead with the big one. When I was working the meat onto the tortilla, I felt that it was way too heavy for the piece of dough, but I stuck to it because according to his video, his kebab mixture stayed stuck onto the pita, but mine did not stay stuck onto my tortilla. I'm not so sure if it's a tortilla issue, but I think it's because the meat was too dry and also too heavy. In the end, I just manually flipped it and hoped for the best. Here's a snapshot of all the washing I had to do, which I think is, for what I did, was okay. I assembled the tortilla as similarly as he did. He did not state how much lettuce there was, but here's 17 grams. I tried to match it. And because I was expecting the meat to be very dry, I added more mayo and more hot sauce, which still didn't quite save it. I was right, it was very dry. I did make one for the freezer and I took it out to reheat and nothing changed. It was also very dry. Okay, flavor and texture is judged together and it's a fail because it's too damn dry. I took half an hour on the recipe, 5 minutes for washing. That's okay. The stated portion is actually fine, but I will still not give it a point because it was way too dry for the portion to be palatable. Macros, the recipe's macros are excellent because there's no mayonnaise and mine does, but I think it's still acceptable, which is 1 point. And lastly, the fridge test. It went fine. Final score? I think I might make it again, but I will make some changes so that the end result is a lot more palatable. Next up, we have a chicken breast calzone. A calzone is usually made with dough, so this guy's strategy is to replace dough with only chicken meat. So off camera, I processed this into a mince to be made into a calzone like this guy. So his content is mainly about recreating viral recipes to see if it's worth your time. I made a couple of adjustments to his recommended recipe. I did not add more chicken breast into chicken breast, which I changed it out just for a mince. And I couldn't find low-fat mozzarella, so I just added normal shredded cheese, but less of it. And also, I put in cherry tomatoes, but on the top of it, instead of Parmesan powder, I had fresh mimolette, so I shaved it, and it was only 20 grams to get this much. 10 minutes into the oven, and it was weeping. There was so much water. I poured it out and cooked it longer, like 25 minutes, almost too dry, and it still didn't look anything like what he did here in his video. Here's the end result. It looks okay. Portion's fine. It's just dry. Also, here's how much washing I had to do, which is just a little bit more than the tortilla before. I tried to make it more palatable by adding tomato soup and a bit of fiber in the form of zucchini because you look at this guy, he added rice and arugula into his thing and he didn't add that into the macros that are on his post, which honestly, bro, that's cheating. Verdict for chicken breast calzone, flavor and texture test, failed. Texture is too dry. Time, 49 minutes for prep, 5 minutes for washing, and 25 minutes for cooking. I don't like that. Portion size, fine, you can take 1 point. All right, macros. So here's a screenshot from his Instagram post for 2 portions. So here's 1 portion. This is my single portion macro, and next to it is with the tomato soup and zucchini. I think the macros are great. The proportion is great. But I will still deduct a point from him because on his video he ate it with rice and did not declare. Freezer test? Sure, take my point. Because I'm still gonna fail the entire recipe because this is not a good recipe at all. Fail. Alright everyone, we have the last recipe, which is a dessert, which if you see the recipe is short and sweet, everything in a blender, blend it to death, call it a day, right? Wrong. It was more than a day. It was 3 to 5 working days. I spent so much time blending the thing. I started with a higher grit size cottage cheese and I ended with a lower grit size cottage cheese, which is still gritty. Things slowly got worse as I was struggling to scrape every single bit out of the jug because we all know that cottage cheese is not cheap. I don't want to waste anything inside the jug. I spent so long scraping every little bit. The more I got out of the jug, the angrier I got. There is, however, a small saving grace. There's not a lot of washing to be done, but how is that going to improve the sandy, gritty texture of my dessert? I also froze a portion in the freezer. I didn't capture that, but off camera when I moved the texture around, there was water coming out from the bottom in between the mixture and the bowl, which can only mean that I can only make this dessert fresh. That's a big no. I can't batch make that. Before we move on to the verdict, I also want to say that I did change one major thing. It's the same calories, but instead of graham crackers, I used Oreo cookie crumbs, which I already have in my fridge. In my honest opinion, it makes the dessert taste a whole lot better. It also tastes a lot like an Oreo cheesecake. Let's have a scorecard. First, we have flavor and texture. You know, I really want to give it a big +1 because of the flavor. It tasted a lot like an Oreo cheesecake, but I have to remove the point because of the gritty texture. I wouldn't have the patience to keep blending it and shaking the blender. Time taken for this recipe, I really want to give it a point because it was a short recipe, but I have to reduce 2 points because of all of the blending and all of the scraping. Macros, it's excellent as long as you don't overdo the crumbs. And lastly, the freezer test. I have to fail this because of the water coming out of the mixture. Unfortunately, ma'am, I will not be remaking this recipe because of the wastage I fear and the time I do not want to spend with my blender and the jug. So, what do I think after recreating these 3 recipes? I still think that most of these viral recipes are not going to be as tasty as you expect. But I'm very glad to realize that the macro claims are quite accurate, which could only mean that these viral creators have made the recipe in a way that favors them to anchor their claim in a high protein and low calorie recipe without actually being honest about the taste and texture of the food, because it's really easy to hide behind the camera. You can make something that is cardboard look really good. But with that, I think you should still try a viral recipe if it makes sense to you, if you know how to go through the cooking process and if the ingredients make sense to you as well. Try a small batch so that if it doesn't taste that good, the wastage is low. And if you like it, make a bigger batch, put it in the fridge and freezer and see if you can use it as meal prep in the future. And if you find something that is nice, don't forget to share it with me as well. See you next time back in my kitchen.